The story opens deep underground, a glowing cavern where an ancient magic tree hums with power. Its roots curl around the bones of legends, and its golden fruit promises what every mortal dreams of: eternal life. Cut to a battle-scarred martial artist, breathing hard. One lifetime isn't enough for him to reach the peak. Not for Gillis Elragon. He's chased strength beyond reason, and tonight, he's found it. The divine dragon, guardian of the immortality fruit, lies slain behind him. The man actually did it. Bleeding, barely standing, Gillis stares at the glowing fruit, his ultimate prize. This is it. With a broken laugh, he bites into the golden fruit, swallowing the light of the gods themselves. Time skips. Decades later. A grand estate. Servants whisper. The old man's dying. Inside, surrounded by family, the once invincible Gillis Elragon lies frail in bed. His eldest son, Gilayam, kneels beside him, eyes wet. Gillis smiles faintly. "My time has come, boy. Don't be weak." He looks at his grandchild, softly. "We're lies. But at least he thinks I had a family, yet behind that calm face his heart burns." He rages at the heavens. Why? He crushed dragons, conquered men, and even defied death, and still, his time runs out. Just a little longer, he thinks, reaching into the air as his vision fades, and then silence. But it's not the end. A baby opens his eyes. Golden, fierce. He blinks at the ceiling, at his tiny hands. Wait, what? The memories crash in, his name, his battles, the dragon, the fruit. He realizes the truth. The fruit didn't grant immortality, it granted reincarnation. A manic grin spreads across his baby face. A second chance. A new life. This time he'll go beyond strongest. But then, things get weird. He's not the only baby here. The nursery's packed with dozens of infants. The maids enter, quiet, professional, and kind of terrifying. One rolls in a cart. Gillis relaxes. Feeding time, right? Nope. They drag out a live goblin, pin it down, and force-feed it a glowing red serum. The goblin screams, then explodes. Blood everywhere. Baby Gillis is drenched in it, eyes wide. "The liquid's safe if diluted," one maid mutters. Another turns to him, holding a baby bottle full of that same red stuff. "Oh no," he thinks. "They're feeding me that?" His master instincts scream danger, but his baby body, it just starts drinking. Instantly, visions flash, dragons, ancient and colossal, roaring in his mind. He realizes this isn't milk, it's dragon blood. The other babies spit it out, crying. But Gillis, he keeps drinking. A smirk curls across his tiny lips. Opportunity, he thinks. Not poison. Power. He drains the entire bottle, his body shaking as golden light bursts from his eyes. The baby grabs the bottle with his own tiny hands, determined to finish what he started. He tilts it back, chugging the glowing liquid like a warrior downing victory wine. The ancient dragon's blood floods his veins, a violent vortex tearing through his infant body. He convulses, eyes rolled back, his tiny frame trembling like it's about to explode, just like the goblin. But this is Gillis Elragon. Even as a baby, he refuses to lose. "Don't underestimate me," his mind roars. "The great Gillis Elragon." He clenches his tiny jaw and fights back against the overwhelming surge. The maid holding him freezes in shock. This baby is actually absorbing dragon power? He forces the bottle deeper, draining every last drop as his aura erupts like a miniature sun. Flashes of memory strike, dragons locked in cosmic battle, golden scales clashing in endless storms. A golden dragon dominates the rest with divine might, and Gillis realizes he's sinking with its power. When it's over, the baby collapses into his crib, exhausted but victorious. Tiny fists glow faintly with golden light. He notices another infant survived, and nods, almost amused. Guess babies do have strong instincts, he thinks, before passing out cold. 7 years later, the air shakes with the sound of training. A shredded 7-year-old is hammering out one-handed push-ups with a boulder strapped to his legs. Each rep rattles the ground. He finishes by kicking the boulder into the sky, then leaps up and punches it into dust. Meet Zeke Lelragon, the new name of Gillis Elragon, reborn, rebuilt, and dragon-blooded. He admires his reflection, like flexing a body literally sculpted by dragon energy. The narrator explains, every being has source power, but the dragon blood, that's pure concentrated divinity. Zeke was the only one able to absorb all of it, because he already carried the divine dragon's essence from his past life. The fusion of those powers rewrote his very body. He's evolved beyond human. But even so, Zeke frowns. "Only 1 star?" he mutters. "Seriously, I should be at 4 by now." Cue the power system breakdown. Stars represent compressed source power. More stars, more strength. In his past life, Gillis was the only 10-star martial artist in existence. 7 years have passed since his rebirth, born an illegitimate child of the Lurgan family head. His mother, dead. His father, a ghost who's never once appeared. He also learns a brutal truth. He's been reincarnated 1,000 years into the future, and this era, pure survival of the fittest. Even newborns are tested through the dragon trial, a ritual that forces babies to drink dragon blood. Only those who survive are deemed worthy to train as Elragon warriors. Zeke narrows his eyes. So that's what that feeding was. He notices one of the maids, his only company for years. "Hey," he says casually, "mind telling me where all the other kids went?" Silence. Her polite smile doesn't budge. For 7 long years, he's seen no instructors, no sparring partners, just maids bringing food and pretending everything's normal. He tries again. Nothing. Zeke sighs, smirking. "Fine, I'll train myself." But when he presses the maid again about the main family, she gives the same cold, scripted answer. That's when he finally loses it, his aura flaring, the air trembling around him. "Are you programmed to say that?" He snaps. The maid flinches, her body trembling from the pressure of a 7-year-old's killing intent. Still, she keeps quiet. He notices her energy. 3 stars. She could have trained him. Instead, she just followed orders. As she leaves, he watches her go, eyes narrowing. "Guess I'll find answers myself." Moments later, Zeke steps into a glowing forest, the air thick with mana. He yanks a random plant from the dirt, rips off a handful of leaves, and pops them in his mouth. "Bitter," he mutters, chewing through it anyway. Poison's part of training. But then, he stops. That feeling again. Someone's watching him. His instincts flare. That gaze, steady, unblinking, powerful. He can feel it on his back. Zeke stands in the clearing, pretending to stretch. Then, with a smirk, "If you're gonna stalk me," he says aloud, "at least have the guts to show yourself." The forest answers with silence, then a low rumble shakes the ground. Something massive moves in the shadows. From between the trees, a hulking boar demon emerges, tusks glinting, eyes glowing red. Its entire body leaks a black mist, radiating corruption. Zeke squints. So this is what 1,000 years of evolution looks like. The anger boar snorts, sniffing the air. It's found his scent. The monster lowers its head, then charges. Trees snap like twigs as it barrels straight toward him. Zeke just grins. Finally, a real fight. The boar lunges. Zeke sidesteps casually, his movements smooth and slow-mo precise. Before the beast can turn, his fist flares gold. The same divine energy he once stole as a baby. Boom. One punch. That's all it takes. The anger boar crumples, its dark mist dispersing like smoke. Zeke looks down at his glowing hand, impressed. 1 star and I already hit like that? He laughs. Guess I'm built different. He hoists the giant boar over his shoulder and starts heading home, already plotting his next move. This place is too small for me. Next stop, the sea. But up in the trees, someone's watching. A cloaked figure with sharp, intelligent eyes. He murmurs to himself, so the rumors were true. The abandoned child survived. He recalls Zeke's backstory, an untrained, forgotten bastard left to rot at the frontier. Yet somehow, this kid mastered raw dragon power alone. The man smirks beneath his hood. Interesting. The future might need someone like him. Then, with a flash of light, the stranger disappears. Cut to Zeke's cabin. Quiet, peaceful. Too peaceful. Zeke, backpack slung, freezes mid-step. He senses aura signatures. Multiple. Strong ones. Right outside. He listens in. The visitors are chatting casually, admiring the scenery. Such a calm countryside, one says. Zeke sighs, opens the door with a grin. Yeah? Still calm now? A squad of men in sharp black uniforms turn. Zeke immediately recognizes the emblem on their shoulders, the Ragan crest. So, they've finally come. The group's leader, an older man with a commanding presence, Reich steps forward. Zeke Levergon, he says, by order of the family head, we've come to escort you. Zeke blinks. Escort me? For what? The entrance examination. Zeke freezes. The what now? He hasn't studied, hasn't been trained, hasn't even seen civilization in 7 years, and now he's supposed to take a test. His internal screaming echoes over the shot of his tiny cabin as the camera pans out dramatically. Cut to a new scene. Zeke now in a fancy uniform, walking alongside other kids. The massive Elragon castle looms in the distance, its towers piercing the clouds. He adjusts his stiff collar, mumbling, "Dragged from the frontier for this nonsense." Flashback, a maid scolding him, "You can't enter the grounds in those clothes." Cue the shiny emblem, the dragon's nest, the elite institution where all Aragon children are trained from birth. The narrator chimes in. Every young Aragon trains until the age of 7, preparing for the entrance exam. Zeke smirks, totally unbothered. No training, no tutors, no clue what's happening. Perfect. He sulks a little, knowing his plan to escape was ruined at the worst possible time. Chibi Zeke appears in his head, shrugging like, could be worse. In the grand hall, Zeke sits by himself, surrounded by polished prodigies. He stands out, rough posture, rural vibes, dead serious expression. A kind-faced, blue-haired boy nervously approaches. Are you in trouble? Zeke glances up. Who the hell are you? The boy flinches but smiles. Rangus Altren. Zeke studies him for a moment, then relaxes. Zeke, he says, offering a nod. Sorry, I'm just lost on what this exam even is. Rangus nearly chokes. You don't know? He looks horrified. It's the same test every year. Everyone trains for it since birth. Zeke shrugs. Guess I didn't get the memo. Before Rangus can explain, a voice cuts through the hall. Well, if it isn't the half-breed and his new pet. Zeke and Rangus turn. A tall, arrogant boy strides up, flanked by 2 lackeys. Rhett, the resident bully. Rangus tenses as Rhett smirks, dripping superiority. Didn't expect to see you here, Rangus. Shouldn't you be tending sheep with your pseudo-dragon father? The room falls silent. Zeke's eyes narrow. He clenches his fist, the faint golden glow of dragon energy flickering through his veins. He's not a fan of this noble hierarchy nonsense. The narrator cuts in, explaining the Aragon family's military system. At the bottom are the whelp dragons, rookie fighters in training. Above them, the soldier dragons, the real warriors who've proven themselves. Then you've got the captain-class adult dragons, all swagger and flame power. Above them sit the elder dragons, executive-level monsters who run the whole show. And scraping the bottom, the pseudo-dragons, the family's official rejects. Turns out that's exactly what Rangus's dad was, a so-called pseudo. Rangus's fists tighten. He's not letting that stain his name. Zeke, ever the realist, just asks, why do you even care what these losers think? Rangus fires back, because someone's got to prove them wrong. Zeke steps up to Retton, calm but sharp. Tell me, what makes you so sure Rangus can't pass? Retton yanks Rangus by the collar, shouting, because he's weak. Zeke's eyes narrow. Weak? You sure about that? His golden aura flares, heat pulsing off him. He's probably stronger than you. The glare between them could melt steel. Retton's face twists, finger jabbing at Zeke, ready to explode, but an examiner's roar slices through the tension. Enough! The entrance exam begins now! Retton shoots Zeke a death glare as he backs off. Zeke just stretches like a grumpy old man, muttering, kids these days. Rangus stares, completely lost. Zeke chuckles. Of course he's mad. I called him weak. Then he leans around a corner, eyes gleaming. You really think you can't pass, huh? It's mandatory anyway. Might as well try. Rangus blinks. Wait, you can withdraw from the exam. He even tells Zeke to quit before he gets hurt. Zeke smirks. Withdraw? Someone at my level can't even if I wanted to. He grins. Now, come on before they start without us. The examiner explains the test. Scratch the rock, you pass. 3 tries. Zeke tilts his head. That's it? Rangus is already sweating bullets. Flashback to the dragon trial, a nightmare of death and chaos. And now this test feels like a joke. Zeke glances at his number 1 tag, unimpressed. First candidate, step up, the examiner shouts. The poor kid looks like he's about to pass out. He swings with all his strength. Clang! The sword snaps like glass. The kid's hands are shredded. Everyone flinches. Zeke's brows rise. That's your easy test? Turns out the stone reflects brute force hundreds of times stronger. A regeneration stone. It's not a strength test. It's a skill test. Source power control. Zeke realizes the world's changed. This isn't brute combat anymore. It's precision warfare. Meanwhile, Retton and his goons are grinning in the crowd, loving the carnage. The montage kicks off. One student after another gets obliterated by the rock. A few manage to pass, but most hit the ground crying. Then it's Rangus's turn. Panic sets in. He turns to Zeke, begging him to withdraw. Zeke just pats his shoulder. Relax. Watch and learn. Rangus gulps, watching his new friend stroll out like it's nothing. Zeke steps into the arena, golden aura flickering like lightning. He cracks his knuckles. No weapon needed. The crowd laughs. He's dead meat. Zeke smirks. My fist will do. Rangus is losing his mind. He's practically vibrating, wishing he'd tackled Zeke before his insane friend walked into certain doom. The examiner raises a hand. Begin. Rangus looks ready to faint. Zeke studies the giant stone, brow furrowed. Never seen this mineral before, he thinks. Then he shrugs. Punch first, figure it out later. Wait, Rangus screams, reaching out, too late. Zeke's grin spreads, wild, electric. 7 years of training, sealed and ready to detonate. His golden aura ignites, ripping through the air like a furnace about to erupt. Dragon destruction combat arts, let's go. He rockets forward, fist blazing. Boom, the impact shakes the entire arena. The stone doesn't just crack, it detonates into dust. A shockwave tears through the field, blasting Rangus off his feet. He lands hard, staring wide-eyed at the smoldering crater where the test used to be. The examiner? Completely deadpan. Just scribbles something in his notebook. Zeke stands there amid the debris, smiling like he just flicked a pebble. Blood drips from his shredded hand. Heh. Maybe a bit too much juice. The crowd is frozen, jaws slack, air dead silent. Retton looks like someone just unplugged his brain. And from the stands, a blonde girl with golden eyes leans forward, lips curling into a knowing smirk. Rangus finally snaps out of it, screaming like a madman. Zeke, he's just standing there, wrecked arm hanging, grinning like he owns the world. Inside, the examiner's mind races. Breaking the regeneration stone takes at least a 4-star level. That technique, could it be? Zeke strolls up casually, flexing his busted arm. So, I pass, right? Number 315, passed. Zeke smirks. Another examiner, a blonde woman this time, walks up, tossing him a glowing potion. Her smile's sharp. Congratulations, now get lost. Zeke takes it, muttering, people here really need to loosen up. Rangus bolts over, practically tripping over himself. Dude, that was insane. You blew it up. Zeke eyes the potion. What's this supposed to be? Healing potion? Rangus says like it's no big deal. Zeke uncorks it, sniffing. Healing potion, my ass. This is high-grade spirit medicine. The narrator drops the lore. The potion's brewed from divine beast cores and rare herbs, a legendary elixir that boosts source power and is almost impossible to make. Zeke shrugs and chugs the whole thing. Glug, glug, gulp. His arm heals instantly, glowing before returning to normal. The crowd gasps. Even the examiner blinks. Zeke stares at his restored hand, wide-eyed. Holy hell, this stuff's the culmination of 1,000 years of alchemy. Rangus just grins. Yeah, our family potions are pretty good. Zeke looks at him like he just heard a cosmic joke. Rangus, completely oblivious, adds, still, blowing up the rock was way cooler. Zeke tosses the empty bottle. Guess that's one way to make an entrance. He stretches, smiling. I'm aiming to be the strongest anyway. The exam rolls on. More kids manage to pass, but barely. Every one of them limping off like they just survived a war zone. Zeke and Rangus sit in the stands. Rangus is pale, knees shaking. It's your turn, Zeke says. Rangus looks like he's walking to his own funeral. Please, don't expect anything. Zeke tries a pep talk. It backfires instantly. Rangus steps into the arena, sword trembling. The crowd's watching. He lets out a desperate scream and swings. A burst of blue energy cracks the air. Clang! The stone reflects the blow, launching him backward. First attempt failed. Rangus staggers up, panting. Tries again. Second attempt, another blast, another crash. He hits the dirt, drained, staring at his hands in disbelief. The hope drains from his eyes. The silence hits like a brick wall. Rhett and his goon squad are losing it in the stands, laughing so hard they're practically crying. Hey, number 1, Rhett yells, grinning like a devil. What happened to your buddy being stronger than us, huh? He points at Rangus, sprawled in the dirt, twisting the knife. The examiner's voice cuts through the noise. Candidate 14, do you wish to attempt your final strike? Rangus stammers, lips trembling. He can't even form words. The crowd's laughter echoes like a taunt from the heavens. He's seconds away from giving up. Then, Zeke drops onto the field like a meteor. The crowd gasps. Even the examiner looks intrigued. Zeke crosses his arms. Oi, why the hell are you using a sword? Rangus blinks. What? That body of yours, Zeke says, scanning him up and down like a combat instructor. You're built for reach, not swings. You're using the wrong weapon. The examiner smirks quietly from the sidelines, clearly entertained. Rhett snickers from the stands. His dad used a sword. Guess stupidity runs in the family. His lackeys howl with laughter. Zeke ignores them completely. Examiner? Weapon change allowed? The examiner shrugs. Permitted. Zeke flashes Rangus a thumbs up. Then get a spear, rookie. Rangus is still frozen, completely lost. Zeke's tone turns cold, eyes sharp as a blade. What's it gonna be, Rangus? You just gonna sit there and accept being weak? That hits deep. Flashback time. A warm memory. A kind man with gentle eyes teaching a little boy how to grip a sword. His father, the so-called pseudo-dragon, smiling despite the world branding him a failure. You can fall 1,000 times, his dad had said, but you stand back up 1,001. Back in the present, Rangus's eyes flicker with new fire. He clenches his fists, standing tall. I'm not done yet. He grabs the spear from the rack, its weight feeling right. Lore drop, Rangus' father once failed this same exam, stripped of his title. But despite everything, he'd raised his son with love, never bitterness. Rangus takes position, nerves shaking, heart pounding. Zeke, I don't even know how to use a spear. Zeke smirks. Then keep it simple. Thrust forward. Don't think. Thrust forward, Rangus repeats under his breath, tightening his grip. The noise fades. The world slows. Only the stone and his heartbeat remain. Zeke's words echo in his head. You can't know the outcome unless you try. Rangus exhales, eyes glowing blue as his source power ignites for real this time. He steps forward. Boom! The spear rips through the air and slams into the regeneration stone. The impact rings out like thunder, the laughter stops. The entire arena goes silent, then cracks spiderweb across the rock's surface. A shockwave bursts outward as the spear pierces straight through. Complete. Penetration. Rangus just stands there, breathing hard, staring at the spear embedded in solid stone. Zeke grins like a proud mentor. Told ya. The stands erupt. Kids are screaming, jaws dropping everywhere. Rhett's crew sits frozen, eyes wide. No way, one mutters. Rhett's smirk dies instantly. His jaw tightens, knuckles white with rage. Even the examiner raises a brow. Candidate 14, passed. Rangus blinks, still processing. Wait, I passed? Zeke laughs and slings an arm around his trembling friend. Hell yeah, you did. Rangus's eyes well up and he tackles Zeke in a full-on joy hug, bawling and laughing at the same time. The crowd goes wild. Rhett mutters something about luck and storms off, but his clenched fists say it all. He's not letting this go. The examiner lifts his clipboard. That concludes the Dragon's Nest entrance exam. Applause, cheering, relief. He continues. All successful candidates proceed to the entrance ceremony. Zeke and Rangus join the procession of kids walking down a grand corridor, awe in their eyes. Chibi Zeke leans over, whispering, So, what now? Chibi Rangus whispers back, Now we don't do anything. The higher-ups give speeches. The huge gates open, and a line of high-ranking officers march in with military precision. The air shifts. Pressure drops. A single man steps forward, red-tipped hair, eyes cold as death. Aura suffocating. Zeke squints. Whose gloomy hair over there? Zeke covers Rangus's mouth before he can squeak another word. Quiet, he whispers, eyes narrowing. You'll get us both killed. Rangus nods frantically, face pale. Zeke leans back, bored out of his mind, golden eyes scanning the stage like a predator at a petting zoo. Up front, the family's brass gather, each radiating power thick enough to crush stone. Zeke's inner monologue kicks in. 7 stars, 6 stars, not bad. The L-Dragon bloodline still got bite. Then his gaze lands on the man at the center, the family head himself. A bold title card burns across the screen. Balsa L-Dragon, 8-star practitioner. Zeke arches a brow. 8-star, huh? 1,000 years ago, that was practically myth level. He leans toward Rangus and mutters, I don't like his vibe. Then the bomb drops in his mind. That's my old man. Before Zeke can process it, an officer barks for silence. The crowd stiffens. Balsa's presence alone feels like gravity just tripled. His eyes sweep the recruits, cold, merciless. No inspirational speech, no fatherly warmth, just raw intimidation. Zeke yawns. So that's your big moment, huh, Dad? Still compensating. Meanwhile, the kids around him are suffocating under the spiritual pressure. Rangus can barely breathe, face twisted in agony. Zeke studies the scene, every child crushed by fear. And under it all, he can feel it. That deep, festering hatred radiating from Balsa. A father's love? Not even close. Yeah, Zeke mutters, voice flat. Definitely don't like this guy. Without another word, Balsa turns and leaves, his speech over. Then a sudden clap snaps the tension. A cheerful blonde officer bouncing onto the stage like the world's friendliest storm. Wasn't that inspiring, kids? He beams. Truly the words of a great leader. Zeke squints. Who's this clown? The examiner beside him grumbles that he's being too casual, but honestly, the guy's energy is a relief. Even Retten's scowl in the stands can't kill the lighter mood. Then an instructor takes over, announcing the dorm assignments. Zeke tilts his head. Wait, we're not all in the same one? Rangus sighs. 4 halls, north, south, east, and west. Pay attention next time. When Zeke's number gets called 315, he waves goodbye and heads off, only to grin seconds later. Rangus got East Hall too. Inside their new dorm, Zeke stretches. So, we done for the day? I'm hitting the bed. Rangus glares. You seriously didn't listen to the schedule, did you? Zeke flashes a thumbs up. Not even a little. Rangus groans. Just sleep. Training starts at dawn. Zeke glances out the window, the moonlight glinting in his eyes. So much for ditching early. He thinks back to that magic rock and the potion that defied logic. Maybe sticking around could be interesting. Cue a 1-month time skip. The El Dragon Fortress looms like a city-sized war machine. Cut to the training grounds, kids gasping, muscles trembling. An instructor's voice booms, focus, breathe, feel the source. Rangus is dying inside, drenched in sweat. Another instructor, a grizzled man with an eye patch, observes the group. Some of you are adapting faster than expected, he says, nodding toward a familiar blonde girl, Leah, her source power practically glowing. She's already nearing 2-star level, the instructor mutters, amazed. Incredible. Then his gaze shifts to Zeke. The guy's casually lifting boulders, with one hand, no strain, no drama, just another Tuesday. The instructor's brain short-circuits. He had no training. Zeke's inner voice snickers. So this is your dragon's breath technique? Cute. A watered-down version of my own. Cue the lore drop. Breathing techniques are the foundation of all cultivation, a way to absorb atmospheric source energy. The stronger your control, the faster your growth. Zeke snorts. Useless in a fight if you've got to sit still for it. A flashback ignites. Zeke standing beneath a blazing red sky, his aura swirling like a storm. His original Dragon King's breath burns through the air. Fluid, unstoppable, his power pulsing even while moving. In the present, he scoffs. They nerfed my masterpiece so any rookie could use it. Pathetic. Cut back to the field. Leica's still meditating, sweat dripping as she struggles through the breathing drills. Zeke, already done for the day, lounging with his hands behind his head. Cut to the dining hall. Pure chaos. 2 kids watch in horror as Zeke demolishes an entire mountain of food. Plates vanish like magic. He bites into a pie, sighing contentedly. Man, this school thing's not so bad. Across the table, Rangus slumps forward, dead inside. What's with the funeral face? Zeke asks, mouth full. Eat up if you want to get strong, Rangus groans. How are you not tired? Zeke grins, pushing over a tray. Simple. You eat more, you fight more. He glances around the hall, a sea of half-broken trainees. Some have potential, but only one catches his eye, the blonde prodigy from earlier, Leah. She strides over, confident and radiant. You're amazing. Zeke blinks mid-bite. Huh? Rangus spit takes across the entire table. That's Lee, the family head's daughter, one of the top candidates. Zeke casually wipes his face. Oh, cool. I'm the head's son. Rangus freezes, every neuron short-circuiting. Lee stops too, visibly startled. Wait, what did you just say? A title card flashes. Leica Tona El Dragon, next head candidate. Her eyes narrow. You? An illegitimate child with no backing? You're saying you broke the stone? Zeke just shrugs and turns to Rangus. You gonna finish that? Lee stares, thrown off by the non-answer. Then she grins, intrigued. You're interesting. I'll make this easy. Join me. Be my subordinate. I'll make you my official backing. Together, we'll take the throne. Zeke doesn't even look up. No thanks. The rejection hits like a slap. Her smile vanishes. Excuse me? Zeke finally meets her eyes. Not interested in politics or babysitting. Lee's jaw tightens. The hall goes silent. Then, thunk! Her sword slams into the table, blade vibrating inches from Zeke's hand. Zeke's golden aura ignites, blowing back her hair like a shockwave. I don't serve anyone, he says, eyes glowing like molten suns. I'm the strongest. The pressure flips. She's the one gasping now. Her instincts scream danger. Lee can't believe it. This nobody just crushed her presence without even standing up. Rangus throws himself between them, waving his arms. Let's all calm down. Zeke just cuts another slice of pie, othered. Lee's pride cracks. Fine. You'll serve me after I beat you into the ground. She storms off, aura flaring, cue chibi reaction shot. Zeke and Rangus frozen in disbelief. Rangus groans. You just declared war on the family head's daughter. Word spreads instantly. Lee is fighting someone? Who's the lunatic dumb enough to accept? Crowds flood the training ground, buzzing with anticipation. At the center, Rangus is panicking like a dying squirrel. Zeke, she's a prodigy, 2-star level already. You can't. Zeke deadpans. So she's the head's daughter. Got it. Rangus facepalms. That's all you got. He goes full meltdown, rambling about family politics, noble rankings, bloodline hierarchies. Zeke's just staring blankly, half asleep. Finally, he grins. If I don't know how strong she is, makes the fight more fun. Rangus clutches his chest. Please stop saying cool things that make no sense. But it's too late. Lee's already there, sword drawn, aura blazing like sunlight. She points at him, impatience crackling. Done chatting? Or are you stalling? Rangus backs off to the sidelines, muttering prayers. Please don't die, please don't die. Zeke rolls his shoulders, his golden energy crackling around him. Let's make this quick, he says, calm as ever. Lee smirks. You'll regret those words. Zeke smirks, tilting his head. You should be the one being careful. Leica narrows her eyes. I need your power. I'm going to be the next family head. Zeke blinks. Cool story. What's that got to do with me? Leica stares, absolutely dumbfounded. Are you serious right now? Zeke scratches his head, trolling. Wait, isn't the founder of this family some old dude with a beard? Maybe ask him instead. Leica grits her teeth. There are 5 candidates for the head position. Me, you, and my 3 older brothers, each backed by a branch family. Zeke sums it up in one line. So, family drama and power politics. Got it. Leica points at him like she's declaring war. As a candidate, I need a strong power base. And that starts with you. She tosses a rock at his feet. Thud. Enough talk. Fight me. She explodes forward, sword gleaming in the sunlight. I'll defeat you right here. Zeke sidesteps casually. Whoosh, the blade slams into the dirt. Leica doesn't stop. She's a blur of motion, a storm of swings and spins. The crowd gasps. She's insane. She's moving that fast with a greatsword. But Zeke, he's just walking, hands in his pockets. Every slash misses by inches. She swings again. He tilts his head. Another miss. It's like he's strolling through her attacks. Leica's frustration hits critical mass. Stop dodging and fight me, Zeke yawns. You done yet? Rangus watches, jaw on the floor. He's not even trying. Leica screams and goes for a full power overhead strike, but Zeke's hand snaps up, catching her sword arm mid-swing. He sighs. I am focused. That's why. He drives a glowing fist into her back. Boom! The impact sends her sprawling. Dust erupts. The crowd gasps as her sword clatters away. Zeke dusts off his hands. Speed's nice, but predictable. You're still just a 1-star. Leica glares up at him. We're the same rank. Zeke shrugs, smirking. Ranks are for rookies, he explains, calm and cold. Every twitch, every breath, every eye flicker, you broadcast your next move before you even swing. I just read you, he grins. The rest? Just 1,000 years of practice. Leica roars, calling his words nonsense, and rushes again. Zeke flips into a one-handed cartwheel, spinning right past her. The audience erupts. She tries again, same mistake. Zeke catches her wrist, twists, and launches her into a stone pillar. Crack! The dust settles as he stands there, golden aura faintly glowing. Warm-up's over. The students go wild. She lost. No way. Rangus jumps up, cheering. Zeke stops him. Not yet. Leica's aura surges from the rubble, lightning flickering. Her eyes burn white. She tanked that hit, Zeke says, impressed. Not bad. The ground trembles as her power spikes. White energy bursts around her. Someone in the crowd yells, "That's a 2-star aura." Zeke grins. Now that's more like it. Leica's hair whips in the static. You woke something up in me. Don't blink, half-brother. Zeke cracks his neck, golden light flaring. She vanishes, a flash of lightning across the field. Slash! Zeke flinches. A single red line appears on his cheek. He touches the cut, eyes widening for half a second. Leica smirks, thunder crackling along her blade. Welcome to 2-star territory. She raises her sword, lightning coiling like a dragon. The thunder greatsword technique. Zeke's eyes light up, not with fear, but excitement. Finally, he grins, aura roaring to life. Something new to test myself against. The field crackles as gold and white energy collide and the duel hits its second phase. Zeke versus Leica, round 2.